See?
No, let me show you. Go sit down.
You ready?
Yeah.
Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the show that never ends. It's me, your happy hippie, with my daughter Courtney.
Hi.
And this is a thread response, so to speak, for Brandon at MrHoffame. He shot a video, it was either yesterday or today, talking about live music. And I asked him, hey, could I respond? And he, he's a cool guy. He's like, absolutely. I'd love to see it. The thing about live music, recordings of live music, some of it's going to sound like garbage. It really, truly is. A lot of people don't like it. I, on the other hand, love it for the most part. There are some exceptions, like this Rush CD. It's taken from like 3 or 4 different concerts. All the songs are great, but the way it's edited and clipped together, you just can't get into the vibe of it. And that's like a $5 CD I picked up somewhere. But that's an example of some live music I don't dig. But then you got this classic Europe 72 double CD set. If you had the album, it'd be a triple CD set. Absolutely wonderful. In fact, he talked about this on his video, I believe. I believe he did. Somebody in the VC recently. No, it was Mazzy was talking about the Grateful Dead and their country influences. But anyway, this is a live Grateful Dead classic album by the Dead. And another one of my favorite live albums is AC/DC. If you want blood, you got it. I like this album just for the energy alone. I mean, you could just feel their energy pumping. It gets you into it, if you know what I'm saying. And I've been to a lot of concerts. I love music. And my daughter, she's been to a couple. You want to talk about those? No?
No.
I took her to Winter Jam a couple years ago. It's a Christian rock thing called Winter Jam. Skillet headlined, and man, I was never into Christian rock at all, man. It wasn't my scene, but the band Skillet, they put on a show. Did they not?
Yeah.
But the Blasters, California band, the Blasters, they came out in the 80s around the same time the Stray Cats did. And this is another high energy album. This is just an EP. There's only like 4 or 5 songs on it. But they captured it. It's from one concert, and it just got it well. Johnny Cash at San Quentin, very famous album. I'm a huge Cash fan. I'm not a huge fan of this particular album though, and I don't know why. It's got a good sound. He's talking to the crowd, but and that's a cool thing about live music, is a lot of times you get the interaction with the artist and the audience. So, and of course, you can't show live albums without showing this one. Cheap Trick at Budokan. Incredible album. Love it. High energy. And everyone's heard the song, the live version of I Want You to Want Me. And he said in an interview one time, the reason he pronounces it so slowly before he does that song is because he's playing to an audience that doesn't speak English. They don't understand English. So he slowed it down to let them know exactly what he was saying. So, I want you Want Me. Everyone's heard that. But killer album. I know there's a young lady in the VC who really loves Cheap Trick. Let's see. Let's go to some albums that were poorly done by good artists. Junior Walker and the All-Stars, recorded live. Junior Walker, a wonderful bluesman. Unfortunately, the audience is too loud on it. Just a poor recording. And my two favorite bands in the world, Rolling Stones and the Grateful Dead. These are both live albums by them that to me did not make the grade. I just do not like the sound quality, especially on the Dead. I don't know, it didn't work. And I love the Dead live, man, but that particular album, I don't know. The Frost, rock and roll music. This is a great sight band, 60s. Texan legend Jerry Jeff Walker, who wrote Mr. Bojangles, was actually part of this band for a while. He did not appear on this album though, but I like the Frost. I think they're a great band. It's recorded live. There's a little bit of feedback in a couple of those songs. It's I wouldn't say it's bad, but I think by today's standards they would have did a better job of mixing it, if you know what I'm saying. Now let's get back to some great live albums. 3-record set, Voodoo Lounge Uncut by the Stones. It's a 3-record set. I'm not going to pull it all out because it's a lot to put back together. But Whoopi Goldberg MCs it. They've got frickin' Robert Cray on it. Bo Diddley's on it. Incredible from start to finish. Whoopi comes out, she introduces the band, and they kick it off with Not Fade Away, the Buddy Holly song. And the album is incredible from start to finish. Probably one of my very, very favorite live albums. And this guy, Clark Terry, I don't see him get a lot of love in the VC, but Clark Terry, this is a wonderful jazz album. The entire time he's speaking to the audience, he's getting the audience involved. And he's passed away. I think he died back in, oh gosh, I want to say 2004, 2005. I could be wrong, but I would have loved to see this man. Just, you could tell he had such a kind heart. Talking to the audience was involved. Very, very cool live album. The Grateful Dead, fantastic album. Everybody should own this album. It's self-titled. Most people call it Skull and Roses. It is a live album. On one of the sides, there's a 18-minute song called The Other One. But they do some great, great music on here. Let me just break out a couple albums. Me and My Uncle, Me and Bobby McGee, Chris Christopherson song, of course, made famous by Janis. Johnny B. Good, Not Fade Away, Mama Tried by Merle Haggard. Do a great job of that. And that's why I've said before, the Grateful Dead are the world's greatest cover band. They're the world's greatest country band. And I may get a dart thrown at me for saying it, but man, it is what it is. And this was a Record Store Day release. Warfield, San Francisco. Another one. This is all acoustic. And the way this was recorded and laid down, it makes you feel like you're in the audience. Am I right? Yeah, she's going to agree with me. Why not? Wonderful, wonderful live album by the Grateful Dead. Randy Weston is a live album. Randy's a folk singer. I don't see him get a lot of attention in the VC. But he's another folk singer, bluesy kind of guy. And he's another dude that really gets his audience involved in the show. And it's a really good listen. I haven't listened to it in a while, but he really gets the audience involved. Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul. God rest her soul. This is a great, great live album. She does Eleanor Rigby, Let It Be by the Beatles, Son of a Preacher Man, The Weight. The Weight by the band. She does a killer version. Aretha Franklin. You listen to this album one time and you're going to become a fan. You're going to be like, no wonder they called her the Queen of Soul. This album is in really rough shape, but I treasure this album. And this is one I just showed in my Alice Cooper video. And this is great. This is a live album, 3 lead guitar players on it. He does a version of School's Out for Summer where he mixes it with another Brick in the Wall by Pink Floyd. Live in Paris, solid album. It's loud, in your face, well produced. Just a great live album. The legendary Townes Van Zandt, live at Old Quarter, Houston, Texas. Phenomenal. He's another guy that likes to talk to his audience. He tells corny jokes, and I mean they're really corny, but the guy was a wonderful songwriter. Townes Van Zandt. I actually remember the day he died. I was on the air doing an air shift, and anyway, Supertramp, live in Paris. Fantastic live album, wonderful sound. And I was going to show some tapes. These tapes I got from Randy Weaver, and it's they're live Dead tapes, like Madison Square Garden. This is actually Jerry Garcia at Madison Square, Grateful Dead at the Greek Theater, Johnny Winter live in '98. He actually gave me several of these. And back in the day, Boston Garden, the Grateful Dead. Back in the day, that's what people did, man. We traded tapes of live shows. And it was just a way to hear your favorite band live. And I treasure these. Randy gave them to me a while back, and I still break them out and play them. This is a concert. Jack Johnson and Friends. It was like a charity thing. Let's see what else we got. And this is one I want to share. This may be my favorite, maybe my favorite live one ever. Jimi Hendrix live at Monterey. MrHoffame showed this, but he showed the LP version. Oh my God, how would I put my favorites in order? It'd be this one, the Alice Cooper, the Stones, the Dead. It would be so hard to pick a favorite, but that would definitely be in the top 3. Jimi Hendrix live at Monterey. He's speaking to the audience. He's doing Bob Dylan covers. I mean, the dude was just phenomenal. Another favorite of mine, Steve Earle. A live album he recorded up in Canada. A lot of people don't like Steve Earle. His politics are very, very left-wing, extremely left-wing, but that don't bother me. And you can't do a video about live music without showing the live box set. I know one person who definitely has that, and that's Mike at Jam on Vinyl. Mike, show us your copy. Bruce Springsteen live between 75 and 85. The day this came out, I got off work and I took the subway over to the mall, Lake Forest Mall in Gaithersburg, Maryland, and I bought it the night it came out. And last but not least, the Grateful Dead, trucking off to Buffalo. This was VLC from Big Eric out there. Eric Weinbender. And by the way, he's having a contest, guys and girls, about breast cancer awareness. So check that out and support that. Well, this was my rambling video. Hey, hold 1 second, I forgot something. Can't do. It's a box set. Grateful Dead, 1977 box set, 5-album set. And it's phenomenal. So that's my take on live music. I personally love it for the most part, though some of them have been poorly recorded. Courtney, what do you think about live music? What does your generation think? Do y'all like live music, or do you prefer it just pre-recorded? Or
I like pre-recorded.
so you're not into like the live albums and stuff?
I mean, I've been to like pop punk concerts back when I was in high school, and it was good, but I would rather listen to like pre-recorded.
More produced. So if you have your choice of buying like a produced album from whoever.
I like to go to concerts and see them in person, but I don't like to listen to it and not be at the concert.
The voice of our youth. Guys, hey, let's keep this thread going. Brandon, Mr. Hall of Fame, thank you for letting me do one.
Also, check out my channel. It's Courtney Smithers, and he can have it linked down below. I do not music related stuff.
No music.
Mom stuff.
Mom stuff.
Makeup.
Kids' toys, maybe.
Hauls, stuff like that. So I guess any females out there, you might like it. Or males.
Or males. And again, Mr. Hall of Fame made a killer video today about live music. And I asked him, can I copy you? And he said yes, because he's that kind of guy. Peace, everybody. May your dreams come true. See you next time.